Welcome to another Projects of the People episode. This is episode number 6. This is where I sit on my own in one of my cars on my drive and I introduce videos that have been sent to me from proud owners of cars, vehicles in general that are in a state of disrepair or polished to perfection. Welcome to the Late Break Show. I'm Jonny Smith. Let's start with 3 cars that I'd class as OEM plus. In other words, the owners have made tweaks and additions, but they've been using parts from that manufacturer's back catalogue, perhaps. Nothing radical, all classy. Here we've got a really interesting Mark 1 Nissan Micra Japanese import clone, a smooth, subtle Jag XKR, and a boxy but glorious Alfa Romeo 164.
Hello Late Break Show, I'm Lewis and this is my 1989 Nissan Micra. My dad bought this for me last autumn as a lockdown project and I've been tinkering with it quite a lot. My favourite part of this car has got to be the wing mirrors. When I first put them on they really revolutionised the look of the whole car. Funnily enough, it was easier to get rid of the previous mirrors because it only had one, demonstrating how basic that model was. Another feature that I really like is that despite this car being 4-speed, it has a 5-speed gear knob. This is because the gear knob is from my dad's first car, a Nissan Cherry Turbo, so that's a nice little touch there. The other notable thing in the interior will probably be the tombstone seats, something I'm quite lucky to have as it's desirable in the Micra community. My plan for this car is to make it look identical to the Nissan Marches in Japan, and you can see I've already made a start on this with the number plates and stickers, which have been designed by myself and my dad. Other things I've already done to it is the new wheels, a steering wheel from an R30 Skyline, moved side lights and wing repeaters around, and I've added a front spoiler. But the majority of what I've wanted to do is yet to come. Unlike most cars, the most time-consuming mod on this would have to be designing the stickers. But for cars like these, every little detail goes a long way. It's been really fun learning about what to do to give it the desired effect of making it look like an import.
Lewis's enthusiasm is so infectious for what was not long ago a scrap value early Micra. I love the attention to detail here and I love the use of his dad's old car parts.
Once I've been driving for a year, my eventual aim would be to swap this MA10 engine out and replace it with a Nissan Figaro turbo engine, which will bolt right in, just to give it the kick it lacks. That's not a priority though, because even as it was when I first got it, I've fallen in love, and I'm really looking forward to being able to drive around and attend car shows in it.
Good afternoon, Late Break Show. This is James from Hampshire. I hope you're well. I want to bring you a short video on my 2005 Jaguar XKR. This is one of the last ones they produced before they went to the aluminium shape. By now, Ian Cullen was the design director at Jaguar and implemented the slightly lower front grille and the side skirts and overall made it look a bit meaner in my opinion. My car's had the side indicator or reflector delete taken place, which I think adds to it. Also been lowered. We've got EBC front pads and discs. It's been polybushed. Also got a Miltech exhaust system as well, just to open that V8 burble, which was never really there originally. Also had a aerial delete here, which should have been when the car was produced. It was an electric aerial that would have gone up and down. Sits on its original 20-inch Zapang wheels, which again split rim BBS, which I think are the best personally. And I think now it's starting to really age well and looks good. The previous owner did a lot of European trips, so I've purposely left in the old toll tags, which I think is a nice nod to the fact that this car was driven a lot on the continent and hopefully I will do the same soon. Interior wise, mainly standard. Got the wood there, the classic Jaguar wood, which I love personally. Got a Garmin reversing camera and sat nav there in place of the original one, which I think just brings the car a bit up to date. Equally, just wanted to show you this as well. Old Jaguar brochure I had from the time, and I remember always sitting there longing for a car with that interior, and now I have one, which is always quite a fun thing to have. And equally, you can see there, that's the original reflectors that the car would have had when produced. And then one thing I did want to just finish off showing you was the engine bay. 4.2 litre V8 supercharged with 400 brake horsepower. It's good fun. Take care.
Hi Johnny, this is my Alfa Romeo 164 Cloverleaf. The car's a 1995. I've owned it since around 2013. I've done endless hours of work put into the car. It's got the upgraded Recaro interior all the way through. Yeah, as I say, the work's been endless. That's a later style alloy that came off an Alfa GT. It's got new stock brakes all round. Unfortunately it spun a big end bearing and we had to do a complete engine rebuild, which was done a few years back. I'll let the camera come into focus. So it's a 3 litre 24 valve. From the factory it had around 230, 240 brake horsepower. The car was cherished and looked after and lived in the south of England for quite a number of years until I bought it, having had one previously. And it now lives up here in frozen north. As I say, we've done coilover suspension. It's got white line strut braces underneath, and the car's really been gone over front to back. It was painted around 5 years ago, and I thought I was going to lose it due to COVID, but hopefully I'm now going to be able to hang on to it. Cheers Johnny, keep up the good work.
Nut and bolt resurrections. A lot of us dream about tackling a job like this on a car but never really do it. However, these three men have done it, and for that I have to salute you. Mark, Anton and James. We've got a Capri, a Mk1 Golf GTI and a Capri.
So the Ford Capri, my pride and joy. Shark grey, 2 litre laser, fairly nice condition but needed a few bits and pieces done. In the process I painted it black with a roller, which didn't turn out particularly well. A few tweaks here and there, main bits, suspension, brake upgrades, bit of an overhaul of the engine, port and polish, new carb, new manifold, all that sort of stuff. Literally the worst day ever. That's enough said on that, I think.
Oh, Anton, the music change there really added to the sorrow. This feels like I'm watching a soap opera in car form. Emo. Really quite emo.
But many years later I managed to source another shell, real nice and solid underneath, few bits and pieces to be done, and a bit of underseal. Real work begins. Everything off the old car, give it a bit of a tweak, a lick of paint. We've got adjustable springs and shocks, compression strut, and then anti-trump bar, panhard rod, new disc conversion all the way around. Engine out of the old car, and into the new car it goes. And it's time to say goodbye to the old girl. Give the car a bit of a spray over. First time spraying, but it turned out pretty well, I think. A few tweaks to the bumpers I made, put the interior back in, and there's just a couple of jobs remaining. Hopefully we should have it on the road about Easter time, although that's what I've been saying for the last 4 years. No, honestly, it is so close. So I will see you out there, summer 2021. Stay safe all.
Hi, this is my project car for the late break show. It is a 1982 Mk1 Golf GTI, currently undergoing restoration right now. I've totally went about this the wrong way. I've gotten it painted and then I did a full engine rebuild on it. All the nuts and bolts, brackets, everything, re-zinc plated. and then I thought it'd be a good idea to start on the underside. So I've had this car for 3 years now. I've just picked up a welder for my Christmas, so I've been making good use of that.
Yeah, I speak from experience that painting a car before you've actually weld repaired it is not a great idea, Mark. But you already knew that. Carry on.
Here's the underside. There's a new chassis rail on the front, on the back, genuine new old stock panel, and an aftermarket panel. Another job I did when I first got it was took all the carpets out, tinned the floors down to bare metal, and then painted it and put this sound deadening stuff on. The car's got a full stainless system on it, a set of BBS RMs. I rebuilt them, I got new stainless dishes for them, 1.5 inch fronts and rears. I got the centres powder coated in a BMW colour, and I got stainless hardware for it. And I also had to run tap down every single one of these holes on every single wheel. So you can imagine how fun that was. So yeah, here's my pile of scrap that came out the car. Plenty of rust. Surprise, surprise. Another thing my car's got is BC Racing coilovers. So yeah, I'll overlay some videos of when the car actually looked nice.
As with seemingly everything I do, I've left making this video far too late and it's currently snowing outside. So unfortunately we're stuck in the garage, but I still wanted to show you my submission for Projects of the People, which is probably the project for every dad, man and bloke. Poor man's Ferrari. A Ford Capri. This is my Mark III laser Ford Capri. She's a 1986 model. I've had her since about 2010. 2011, so I've had her about 10 years. Bought her for £700 as a pretty sorry state of affairs, but over the years I've documented on my absolute sado chart over here, but you can see, you know, she's had wings, she's had doors, she's had bonnets, she's had floors welded in, and I've spent, you know, a lot of time, a lot of love and a lot of money making her a really, really nice runaround again. And with cars like this, it's all about the styling. She's only a little 1.6. She's not a great big V6. But it's all about the styling. It's not how fast you're going, because she is not that fast. But as I said, she's looking really good now. I've poured my heart and soul and wallet into getting her back on the road again. But because it's all about the style, it's a continual thing. I hope to never ever get rid of this. I hope I'll keep this car forever. And you know, maybe there are some styling things I'll change on her. So you know, do I put the black grille on her? Do I put the black headlights and the great big alloys on her and things? I don't know. But there are a few things she still needs doing. There's a couple of panel work gaps that need sorting. She could do with a new dash without the cracks, and probably having the interior revamped. But they're simple cars and they're nice to work on, and because they're simple and nice to work on, I'm really happy because she's in a good state of fettle right now and always starts on the button.
Non-cars. That is what the next lot of vehicles all have in common. They're not cars at all. They're motorbikes or trikes. So have a look at this. We've got an electric tuk-tuk. We've got a family second car that's an e-bike, and we've got a classic 70s Honda motorbike resto, which is very, very pretty indeed, a shaft drive. Watch and learn.
So you said vehicles, as I said, so I thought this would be a bit of a different vehicle to everything else. So this is my 2017 cargo bike. It's an Urban Arrow family, and we use it as my second car to take kids out, take them to nursery, that sort of thing. As you can see, she's currently running on winter studded tyres. These are tungsten carbide tyres. Oh, missing one there. I need to go and fit a new one. This is her. She's done about 4,000 miles. It does have a motor, so this is a 250 watt Bosch motor, coupled to an internal geared hub, kind of like a Honda CVT hub. It's constantly variable. So here it is. It has a range of modes, which I can just pop on for you here, including the infamous Sportster mode, Tour, Eco, and all the way up to Turbo. Yeah, as I say, it's done maximum 45 miles an hour. Yeah, it's currently done just under 4,200 miles since we bought it, and it is brilliant. It can take 3 kids, as you can see. It's also got a things for a child's bike seat. I thought it was something a bit different. You probably won't see many of these, or certainly as a as a vehicle. Also sporting the car pervert stickers.
So a car pervert sticker on a bicycle. Okay, well that is irony I can get on board with, Robin. Yeah.
Yeah, so here it is, my bike. Alright, have a good one. Thank you, bye.
Hello, my name is Mark and this is my 1978 Honda CX500. Pride and joy, and it was a project that I did over the winter of 2014 into 15. It was to get through these horrible times of year where you've got no projects. First motorcycle. I didn't know how to ride a motorcycle, so whilst building this I also got my bike license and learned to ride. This is quite advanced for 1978. It had electric start, it had water cool. Learned a load of new skills doing this. I mean, having grown up working on cars my whole life, something of this size and weight was particularly easy to manage and work with. But I learned to powder coat. I'd never powder coated before. Pretty easy. Got an oven off of Gumtree, 30 quid. Got a powder coating gun and just went to town. New suspension all round, rebuilt brakes, anything that really needed to be upgraded, modernised was, but a lot of it was kept as original as possible, just to keep with the heritage of the bike and keeping it look old. A lot of people confuse it with a Moto Guzzi because of that V-twin. People run out to me in the street and say, oh, I had one of these in 1989. And I was a courier, because they were courier bikes because of the reliability. Chain drive, I've done tensioner already. I had one of them fail, so it's got a new tensioner, new chain. I just keep on top of it, and I'm a fair weather rider. I don't take it out in winter. It stays tucked up in the garage, and I put new nuts and bolts on and re-grease things. It'll never go. Pride and joy, staying with me for life, and I might get something else to work on as a project as well. Maybe a silly little Japanese bike, moped, something like that. Thanks.
This is an electric tuk-tuk directly from a factory in China about 2 years ago, and arranged with a shipping company to get it over here. It cost 600 quid to buy it and another 600 to get it shipped back to the UK. It's 650 watt electric motor in it, 48 volts, currently running off an e-bike battery. And last year I took it for its MSVA to get it approved for use on roads in the UK. Came back with a 100-point list. There's all sorts of things these boxes I've had to make on here, sorting out all the wiring in the head part of it, sorting out the headlights, so it's actually a UK spec one. All sorts of things that I've done in it so far. Yeah, it's a good fun little thing. I'd love it if anyone spoke Chinese could tell me what it says when you put it in reverse. Got no idea about that. Yeah, other than that, it's just a quirky little thing I'd quite like to use to take to local shops and back if I can get it on the road, but we'll see.
Oh, and besides the tuk-tuk, Gwil's family also have a very strange family heirloom kit car based on a rotten Fiat Panda. Have a look at this.
This is my NCF Road Rat. It was a kit car built by NCF Motors back in 1994, and I think, as far as I know, there were 5 ever made. This was number 4. It's based off a Fiat Panda Mark 1 4x4 from 1985. My family built it back in 1994. Since then it was used for 3 years as a daily driver, really, and then parked up in that garage for 20 years until 2017, when I dug it back out again and started working on it. No, 2019 even took it across Europe through to Venice via Switzerland, and Little Trooper made it all the way. It's a whole load of fun. It's a great little car for driving in the summer especially. There's the old Fiat Panda engine under there, Mk1 being a bit of a rare beast. There is a soft top which makes the car look even uglier, believe it or not. Yeah, it's just my NCF Road Rat. It's great fun.
Okay, to finish this 6th episode of Projects of the People, here is a, there's no spoken language in here. This is from a viewer in the Netherlands called Kay, who's got an extremely arty car den, and he gives us a little POV tour. There's a bit of backing music, but no spoken language. Sit back and enjoy. As with all the previous Projects of the People films, I want to say thank you so much to everyone that took the time to grab a camera and give us a little tour of your little drive, garage, lock-up, vehicle, whatever it may be. The breadth of appreciation is huge, and I hope you've found it as inspiring as I certainly have. It's been great, especially at this frankly odd time in the world. All that's left to say is, if you've enjoyed this video, please like it and comment. If you want to watch all the other Projects of the People videos, I'll put a link for the playlist above my head and in the description. And if you haven't already subscribed to The Late Break Show, please subscribe. You'll get electric cars, you'll get classics, you'll get modified stuff, and you'll get human culture surrounding vehicles. Bye.